Well, here I'm as EB. Our guest this morning at Tosin Ikuyiminu. I get that right?
Yes, you get that.
Youth leader and media entrepreneur. Now in the inside studio here with us today, make we discuss this matter where they grant. Tosin, another International Youth Day don't come upon us. So I'm going to look, see, of course, not be the first with this. Tosin, when you look this years and how would they take mark this matter, did they really get any impact? When we start before we talk about what's in this year thing.
Okay, yes. They get serious impact.
Okay.
Because this country, Nigeria, as we see MSB, we get estimation of a high population of young people. In fact, if you look at structurally, you could see now young people, they actually make things happen. Though we don't appear to be on the faces most of the time, but now they make things happen. Now they cause the gingers for communities. They cause change. You know, the thing is, we don't realize, say, we know they always there in the forefront of most of this conversation. That's the reason why the International Youth Day, they mark that idea of significance for the youth population of the country and of the continent at large.
All right, look, we enter why we choose this theme this year, transforming food systems, youth innovation for human and planetary health. Why?
Unfortunately, agriculture now one part where many of us they pay attention to because of we live for a digital economy where young people are more digitally inclined, tech service and all of that, but we pay less attention to food production. And either we like it or not, people they marry, people they born, population they increase on a daily basis. So food consumption now big conversation where we say we must get. So based on the estimation by United Nations, as the population they grow, we must create solutions, deliberate solutions around food production for the country. And the way the thing they evolved to the state where it is now, if we don't pay attention to that space, we don't go really get the results we would look out for. And looking into youth population, for Nigeria, for example, Nigeria is definitely the most populated country in Africa. And we have a high tendency of a youth population higher than every other population. So there's no way we can talk about agriculture or food system development without talking about the youth involving in the system. If not, the future of that and the food system and agriculture would be faulty. Okay. So the significance of this theme is young people now needs to pull hand. They need to participate. If not, we are going to be having serious faults and it will affect the generation where we are and generations to come. All
right, talking about participation, make we look youth innovation inside this matter.
Okay.
Among the three things we say they here, food systems, human innovation, human and planetary health. If you say when it comes to youth innovation, if you say for that area, if you smile small, if you say we see more of youth participation in that area, if you say youth, of course, get a louder voice in that particular area, or if you say we still get policies when they stifle this innovation, what will be the idea? What I want to bring out for that particular side?
Yeah, thank you very much. I won't speak negative. Okay. At the same time, I'm not going to speak too positive because I will always say this: young people, we need to tell ourselves the truth. We are faced in an economy where everything is somewhat driven by technology. And when you talk about innovation right now, if you talk about innovation without technology.
Yes.
In fact, the innovation we would experience today is driven by technology. So when you talk of the participation level in terms of usefulness of technology, I would say young people, young Nigerians, don't they get into that space, but the numbers are still low. And we never experience much disruption in that space. If not, we're not going to go through the challenges where we go through now. We still dependent on importation. That's the reason why most of these online platforms, they sell because of the younger generation, which is we, young Nigerians. We believe in, let's bring something in. Those platforms, we always like order, bring them to my house. Meanwhile, what we should pay attention to is actually contributing our own quota. So the agricultural system, people, they most of the time limit them to, I need to get big farmland to be able to contribute to the agricultural system. I need to get one powerful land which my papa give me, but it's not like that. Poultry business, for example, you can, by the backyard of your house, you can set up something. It's contributing. You can feed people at a smaller scale within your community. That's all what we are talking about. And if we do this one way or the other, it will contribute to the decrease in the price, because now the price of food now bring all this conversation in the first place, because you know, you would have one or two experience like that. Maybe say you go outside, you want to buy something. Maybe say we buy 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's the price is more like triple of that price.
Well, you know, say right now, it's not just that easy. If you look at, but I mean, you know, the experts were inside the matter. So when you look at the area of agriculture, we know, say before we can begin pay tax to you know, killer herdsmen, because some people now to access their farms across Nigeria, they need to pay to access their farms, to then kill 2 women for just yesterday, where we say then go harvest corn for their farm. Without these farmers, of course, when they till the soil for something to grow, even if you bring innovation, you know, for trade or exchange of agricultural produce, if they not produce anything, your technology go just there, they look you as EB. So when we face this kind of difficult times we're in day now, how you feel say youths them feel really step in or make any difference when insecurity and where caps sit down with us for the agriculture sector? Okay.
For Nigeria, for example, thank you for that question. For Nigeria, for example, our major problem in the agricultural system or the food system, I like the way you put on food system, they don't say agriculture. Distribution is our major issue, right? Distributing goods, I mean, we have 36 states. And so distributing some of these foods from one location to another, the challenges where they come with moving those items. Now they inflate the price of these goods. So if we independently, if a state independently can produce waiting if it consume, it will reduce the challenges that comes with distribution. And that's what we are talking about, general participation. If you wait there, if you the farm, if I the farm, if the next person beside me the farm.
Well, you don't skip the matter. We understand distribution, but you have to produce something for you to distribute.
Yes.
If it's impossible for you to enter your farm, distribute, I would say that the number one issue when our food system matter today, now security. Yes. Okay, if I not see road enter my farm, what's I want collect, talk more, so I won't even feed my states.
Yes, you are right.
State governors right now not even feel handle the matter where they face inside farm. So I don't talk say, you know, because like I tell you, before we begin experience this killer headsman issue, I've done several interviews with youth where we say that they bring out all sorts of innovation around the agriculture sector. Make we face and we see when we say graduate go come. The other one lady once, let's say she win one award. She they supply cabbage to supermarkets across Nigeria. I mean, gradually, youth don't begin they step into that distribution role. Youth don't begin break that barrier. They begin to interrelate directly with the farmers to bring their produce, you know, to grocery stores where we say, you know, middle class fit access. When we just make it a spoil for where it is. The way they talk say, all those matter now, we don't backtrack, you know, because we they face a more sinister issue when with this insecurity matter. So my point is, say, how you feel, say, youth now fit step into this particular discussion? Because this one pass our power. It pass government self-power. You know, so no matter how one color the matter, we will come back to this.
Definitely.
What will we do? So which way forward now?
The truth be say, security matter for this country. We always, like I like what you talk, we always limit them to government. But if you see, to a large extent, we the masses in general, if we look in deep, we go discover, say, we get 1 or 2 contributions to security issues. How one of my colleagues, they always talk, I'm going to say, if you see something, talk up. If you see something, talk up. You see, not be only just agriculture or farming systems, insecurity they affect. They affect a whole lot. They even affect the distribution.
Yes, of course.
Why they talk about, because they hear of many people will say they move items and they rob them and all of that. So security is a big conversation, but how youth could contribute to the narrative is finding a way to infuse themselves into that space. Before I come here, I list out some big highlight of things where we say the next generation of youth needs to pay attention to. And I put fintech the inside, agriculture the inside. I can't put security. We have the current state of security now is becoming so alarming that we leave them to the older generation, which is not supposed to be so. If you walk into a corporate organization or you walk into a space, most likely if you check the security man, you go see a man of over 45, 50 years, where the area of being alert, the energy, enthusiasm, you understand, all of that don't redrain back. So the participation of young people in the ideas of security, they reduced, and that's why we're in this current state. So if young people look into different areas, I have a client I work with that does security. He's a young person, So if all of us can look into that space and say, how can we handle the issue of security, looking at different locations we base? Because now where you stay, you understand. If a northern person, all right, a young person, savvy-minded, observe the environment and say, how can we tackle the security, issues around this? Then approach the government to partner and work with you and support. Time don't go. All that time we say, make government do something for us, don't pass. Now, we need to talk to ourselves, find out issues around our space and say, how can we contribute, come up with innovative ideas, then discuss it with the government, then definitely you have partnership.
Well, thank you so much for your contribution. So clearly, we need to talk, we need to participate. When we talk international youth, they don't be just ordinary formats. I will repeat it, this year theme, now transforming food systems, youth innovation for human and planetary health. Now, got Tosi Ikoyiminu, now don't they talk to him, be youth leader and media entrepreneur. I say, good morning, Naija.